Oh God, Colin, you're such a dick. Oh, we're recording. Hello, everyone. This is Hunter here, and I'm sitting here
No,
with...
you're
That's a
not. Don't
really
lie.
unprofessional start to a podcast, Hunter.
This-
There's a certain standard quality that real pineapple followers expect. You're letting them down.
Damn, that was... God, I feel scolded right now. That was mean.
Alright, well, anyway, continue.
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna choke here. This is Hunter here. I'm here with this asshole, Colin.
Hello.
And I'm here with Scott. Scott, how's it going?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
So you went and saw a movie that me and Colin saw yesterday.
Like we watched the same movie. Did you guys see it in 3D, by the way?
Oh, you saw it in 3D?
No, I'm just asking if
No,
you
we
did.
did
We
not.
didn't actually, yeah.
Okay, good. Well, good. That's good.
You know, Colin actually brought up a really good point. I'm just like, certain movies I feel like are kind of made for 3D, but I feel like it's gotten so gimmicky now. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I need a break because like we went and saw Avengers
in 3D, yeah.
in 3D, and I was like, man, I feel like I might have liked it more not in 3D.
Yeah, and I actually want to go see it in just regular.
I almost felt like I was I couldn't pay attention to the story because I was just like it was too like video game graphics and shit popping around and
Well, we're gonna go see it again tomorrow, so we can get your thoughts. On the
yeah.
movie,
So I want
just
to.
no 3D.
We never did a review, did we?
Me and Scott did.
Okay, so
but I want to get.
We should
I
all.
I haven't given my expert opinion.
Correct,
on the movie. Well, I want to rewatch it in 2D, and then I'll have a broad spectrum view
Fair enough.
of Avengers.
But what we are talking about is fucking Mad Max.
That's
Fury
not.
Road.
That's not the title. Fucking Mad Max isn't the title.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I think that's like some old porn or something.
Okay, well, what I'm watching off mic is none of your business. So I don't know why you're being so weird, but
Yeah, we should review like some of the like hardcore porn you want.
yeah, there you go. Just like
That's what the people want to hear.
just like like White Chicks, Black Dicks, Volume 1. Just like I was waiting for Scott's reaction on that. Scott's like, "Wow, I don't know if Hunter's joking or if he's serious." I'm serious. But anyway,
You can hear the eye rolling from over here.
I pretty much can. I can just imagine Scott's like, God,
Like-
this Hunter.
BBW,
Wow.
like ranch porn,
Oh God, seriously?
like horses and shit.
Wow.
That's what I saw on Hunter's history last time I was on his computer.
Well, yeah, I gotta start clearing that shit quicker. I can't have you losing respect for me. I mean,
So
Just like lots of like cocoa butter packs in the porn for some reason.
oh my God.
yeah, I clicked on this one video on Hunter's computer. It was just like a bottle of cocoa butter, and it's just like that was it. It was just like someone squirting a bunch of.
Oh my God.
It's like just a cocoa butter commercial, some of them lathering themselves.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Wow.
and there's like some Marvin Gaye in the background.
It's like, wow. That's lovely. Thanks, guys.
So is this the Mad Max review?
Yeah, so where are we?
Apparently not, but now I'm just like, never right. But so Scott, so you saw this?
No, I didn't see it. Wait.
God damn it, God. So going into it, what were you expecting?
I was expecting Tom Hardy to be good because I haven't seen him in a bad role yet. Not a bad role, like bad acting job. I thought he was going to be a great Mad Max going into it. I had higher expectations because I've only seen Mad Max 2, so I have
Really?
the vibe of like
The Road
it being
Warrior.
like apocalyptic
Yeah.
wasteland. I haven't seen the first one, so I didn't see the cop thing. But
Interesting. Okay.
so that was my going into it. That's what I was expecting. Something like the second one where it was like bandits and stuff. And yeah, so I will admit I had high expectations for it.
Okay, Colin, what about you?
Yeah, I'm actually in the same boat as Scott. I've never watched Mad Max 1.
Huh.
But for whatever reason, I've seen The Road Warrior on several occasions.
Yep.
Which is the second one.
Yeah.
I feel like they show it on like TNT a lot or something.
Yeah, and my old friend had it, and it was like his favorite movie, and he would just put it on randomly, and we would like go to all the most gnarly scenes where people are like exploding in blood and shit. It's a great movie. Definitely a classic.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, I was aware of what Mad Max is all about.
Okay.
And yeah, I had seen the trailer like on IMAX, and I was like, I really like the look of this movie. The way it's shot looks really impressive. So I definitely I had pretty high hopes too going in.
All right, so I will say for me, I've seen all three of the Mad Max movies. They're all like the first two are amazing. The third one's just like
Is that Thunderdome?
that's a Beyond Thunderdome. Yeah. That one's like good, but not as great as the first two. Because I think the Road Warrior is the best one, still. But with that said,
Ooh, a little Easter egg there for the listener.
yeah, perhaps. But I know this
I like to point them out.
I know, just like-
There's the Easter egg.
Sorry, let me just pull an Easter bunny and drop these eggs all over the place. But don't tickle me.
I didn't tickle you.
Colin's acting like he's gonna tickle me, but anyway, just throw that in the podcast. But like,
It's going great. It's going
yeah,
great.
no,
Wow,
we're getting there. But
This flawless execution of a movie review
Yeah.
podcast so far.
But like the big thing with this is, I'm a big fan of Tom Hardy. I think he's one of the best actors we actually have right now, and he's been. I echo what you said, Scott. He's been so good in like pretty much everything I've seen him in. So
I agree with that as well.
I
I didn't mention that.
Yeah, I think he's an incredible actor, and so seeing the trailer, yeah, because I think we saw the trailer before Avengers, and then I think before something else we saw, and you just see the stunts, and they just look ridiculous, and it looks like just a gritty, dark, crazy movie like these movies should be, and so
It was a rare good trailer. Like it got you. Like there's not a lot of good trailers that like I wouldn't say are not better than the movie, but make it look really good. That there's not a lot of those. I feel.
yeah, like so a couple of things to point out before we get to this. George Miller, the director of Mad Max, he's had quite the career actually. Dude's 70 years old. He's only done like 10 movies, like including producing and directing. It's really funny. He produced one of my favorite movies ever. He produced Babe. You remember Babe?
Oh, Babe! I love Babe.
Yeah, he produced Babe and he produced Happy Feet. Like he does like really random things that aren't like Mad Max-ish at all. So, Babe.
Babe.
Oh
Babe.
my god, that was amazing. Scott, why were you not playing? Why were you not one of the farm animals on Babe?
I don't know. I tried out for it, but they didn't like me.
Well, fuck them. But but by the way, Babe's at a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow, good for Babe.
Yeah,
Good for Babe.
I actually love that movie. But
Pig in the City.
Pig in the City's like at 62. But with this movie, I was like, George Miller, he's 70 years old, still directing shit, which I think is awesome, and this is one of the best the best action movies I've seen in years, honestly. I just, now...
Babe?
Yes, Babe is definitely one of the best action movies I've seen in the last 10 years. But this movie, man, Colin made this statement. He was saying, like, one of the things he liked about the trailer is that the effects were, like, for the most part, were like practical effects. Like it wasn't a bunch of CG. And man, with the stunt work, it's jaw dropping at this point. I was so impressed watching this movie. Yeah, Scott. Yeah, what did you think? If you want to give us a little peek.
Yeah, I think my expectations were too high going into the movie.
Oh no. Are we gonna have another Avengers where you're gonna give it
No.
a lower grade? And I definitely think you should. God.
I'm surprised how strong you just came on just now. To be
Scott
honest
always come on strong for you, but you know. Nailed it. Got you good, fucker. But
oh, whatever. I think that like if I could be, I like the movie. I think I just could be nitpicky if I wanted to.
What a change of pace for you.
I know. I'm never like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm always just like A+ is all around.
All right, Mr. Picky. So since you want to talk about the movie so bad, tell us the plot. Like, give us the plot synopsis.
So basically, there's this guy named Max.
Good, solid start. Okay.
What would you say his temperament is throughout the movie?
Oh man, like a bit angry.
Yeah.
Is there another word for anger you want to use, Scott?
Let me just say this. I wish that he talked more. Like
yeah.
I wish that there was. I just wanted something more. I wanted like. It seemed like the other Mad Max was like pretty rich in dialogue and like it was okay that it had some softer moments, but I feel like it was either explosions, which were badass, I will admit, that like I don't know, I just wish there was maybe a little more substance, I guess. I don't know. I wanted it to be better, I guess. My expectations were pretty high. I gotta admit.
Colin, talk some sense in this, man. What
yeah, I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say.
So I guess I wasn't comparing it to anything else, but when I was sitting down and the start was a little weird. I didn't know what to think of it at first. Because the start is very different than what it eventually becomes, which is just like it's Road Wars. I mean, it's constantly just like the next tier of how crazy like like shit can become, like going like 100 miles per hour in the desert with like the next war machine, like. The whole movie ends up just going from one chaotic sequence of action to the next. And I remember sitting in the theater, and I can't remember the last time I recall just being in a theater and just being like, I don't want to say edge of your seat because that's so played out, but I mean, I was like tense. Like I was like fully into this movie where I'm just like my adrenaline's pumping. I'm totally like gripping my seat, like holy shit, and like totally immersed in the movie, which I thought was cool. I guess I really haven't had that experience in an action movie in a while. So it was fun. I mean, it was like a roller coaster ride. It's an adrenaline rush. I thought they did a really good job with the music. Like the music is really great. It's a lot of like, you know, like tribal drums with like classical music and then mixed in with like electric guitar.
It's not. It was like part like the guy just playing guitar.
Yeah,
like that. I just didn't like. I don't know. I just didn't get it. Like
I thought like
I thought it was a little cheesy. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie.
So the reason I actually kind of liked the guy on the guitar with the drums on the back was just it was him. It was like George Miller saying like, Like this is just like the microcosm of how ridiculous. Like I'm acknowledging how ridiculous this movie is.
Right.
Like
okay.
here's the giant. Like this is the small version of the movie in a car. Like
This is
what
the
you're
pinnacle
watching.
of the weirdness going on.
Like what you're watching is the most utterly ridiculous, like adrenaline fueled, like guitar shredding, fire blowing. Like tribal drum smashing.
Like it was shooting fire out of it.
Yeah,
like,
I mean it's like the most ridiculously unbelievable shit you'll ever see in your life. And I just thought it was funny. I was just like, I like that he did that because he's just like he's saying fuck you to like anybody that's kind of trying to point out like the inconsistencies or the subtleties of why none of this makes sense. And I was like, good for you. I was like, you're like, I'm not doing this movie for those type of people, I suppose. He's just like, I just want to like make a bunch of cars like fight each other going 100 miles per hour.
No,
Yeah.
and I totally agree because like it was like that's one plot thing that you just go like, okay, gasoline is the second most precious thing pretty much besides like water, and he's literally using gasoline to make flames come out of this base. It's like, all right, movie, but like it was just one of those things. I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and be a dick and just be like, get hung up on that. I mean, is it silly? Yeah. Is it ridiculous? Absolutely. And I still just sitting there like, fuck yeah, I don't. And then when like Max uses the guitar on a guy, I was like, oh my god, this movie is just so. I enjoyed, but like the thing about this is there's definitely stuff you can critique because like the plot of this is like Max gets captured and kind of gets saved by Furiosa is the girl's name, played by Charlize Theron. And
you know what? I kind of realized something.
No, go ahead.
Like I feel like I feel like I wanted more of his character. Like I don't know. I feel like we didn't. He was tied up for the first probably 20 minutes, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd say that.
Maybe longer. I don't know. I just kind of like wanted maybe. I know he's mysterious, and they're not going to give you a backstory on him, obviously. But like maybe a backstory on I don't know the people or something. Sorry, I kind of cut you off there, but
No,
I don't know. That's something I noticed when you're saying that.
And I actually agree with that because I remember like the first 30 minutes of the movie. I mean, he can't even talk. He's got like a thing over his face.
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember being like, I'm in the same boat where like I'm a big Tom Hardy fan, and like I was like, oh man, I wish we could get some more from Tom Hardy.
Yeah, I think he's a great actor.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but I don't know. I just can't help feeling like all of it's washed away when I'm seeing like dudes on poles like flying over cars, dropping bombs.
I mean,
just like I don't know. There's so much crazy shit happens in this movie where
like,
I'm like blacked out. Like at the end of that, I'm like sweating. I'm like, what just happened to me?
No, like I think the big thing is too like. I just want to. So, like, as far as the plot's concerned, it's very point A to point B. Max is captured.
Very simple, yeah.
Gets saved by Furiosa to a point, and they're trying to take down this crazy motherfucker. It's a chase film with, oh god, I don't think, I know they said the guy's name one time. Like
it's almost like I went on IMDb just for this purpose or something like that.
Yeah, like the bad guy's name. I was trying to think of the dude's name. I cannot find it on here for a while.
It's Immortant Joe.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, they literally say it one time in the movie. I feel like,
and it's on his. I think it's on his helmet or something.
Is it okay? But like. So I mean, it's a chase movie. That's all it is.
Right. That's you could exactly what they were going for, and they nailed that.
Yeah, but I will agree with you guys. Like, I felt like the plot was like, there's not a whole lot to the plot.
They're trying to escape to go to point A, and then spoiler happens, and then they go back. So it's like they go this entire distance and then they have to drive all the way back to the place they started.
I guess like you spend, I believe it said 130 million or so on a movie, and you could tell that they put money into this movie to make it bad, and I feel like it just maybe the plot didn't quite line up with it in that way. Like it was a badass movie, and I gotta give it that. Like the action and like the stunts were pretty sweet. Not a lot of like weird like things that were kind of inconceivable. Besides maybe the guitar player. But no, I agree with you there.
I mean, the thing I like when Tom Hardy finally gets to talk. It is like, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of dialogue, but he's one of those actors who's so dynamic, he doesn't need a whole lot of dialogue. The whole thing I was kind of thinking this, like, as I was watching this, though, is I felt like George Miller, I felt like he didn't want to do another Mad Max, because Charlize Theron's Furiosa, she's the main character in this, and it almost what it felt like to me was like he went to the studio, and he's like, hey, I want to do a new movie set in Mad Max's world, but I don't want to have Mad Max. And it feels like they were like, well, we want to be able to sell this, so can you just throw Max in there? Because it really did feel like Tom Hardy was, like, secondary. And I feel like if you're a fan and you don't go in knowing that, I feel like you're going to be one of those few people that's pissed off by this movie.
That is true, though. He wasn't really the lead character, necessarily.
Yeah, it was like, now that you say that, it was definitely, yeah, Charlize Theron's character was definitely...
If not, like, co-lead, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, but like, to the movies, to her credit, I've been a fan of Charlize Theron for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And she's a badass in this. Like, I remember I read a couple blog posts from dudes saying, like, God, this is such, like, a sexist movie towards dudes. Like, that's a big thing going on the internet right now. These guys are saying that the movie's sexist towards men because it doesn't portray us, like, strongly. I was like, there's nothing wrong with having, like, a strong female-led movie, because that's really is what this is. It's more about Charlize Theron's character, and she has fucking one arm. Which
is done well. It's actually done very well.
Yeah, like the way they did that.
You're saying it's sexist towards dudes?
Yeah, seriously. That's a big... Oh, believe me, we'll get into that.
The main character had, like, 5, like, slave wives.
Yeah, and I know. It's for goddamn big.
Pretty much like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
Saying Jabba the Hutt is sexist.
Pretty much. And one thing, and this is going to sound so terrible, but it really sells this world in the sense that the women... Like, when they're trying to fight the men are not, like, just shoving them off, like, trying to be like, get away. Like, the men are punching these women, like, just, like, in the face. Like, Jesus, like, even, like...
There's a great fight scene between Mad Max and Furiosa.
Yeah, and then Nux, who's played by Nicholas Hoult, a.k.a. Beast from X-Men, a.k.a. the zombie from Warm Bodies. I can't think of the main character's name, but you know who I'm talking about, though. And also was in the classic movie you guys saw, Jack the Giant Slayer.
That was a instant classic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that movie's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, you love that movie. But
I love that movie.
But, I mean, I appreciate that they gave him some actual character development. I actually really like the way they actually flushed his character out. The stunt work is so good in this. The fight scenes are incredible. The violence is, like, top-notch violence. Some of the deaths in here are just fucking brutal. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, people are getting shot in the head and faces ripped off, and it's pretty
taking
crazy.
Babies out of stomachs.
Yeah, like, it's a crazy-ass movie. Like, it doesn't apologize for it, and I love that. So, to get to my rating here, I was so sad. Like, as we're sitting here thinking about it, it's like, oh man, it's an A+ or it's a fan-fucking-tastic. I don't know which one to go. But thinking about the fact there really wasn't a whole lot of character development, as good as the stunt work is, you gotta see this in IMAX if you live near an IMAX theater. But it's not a fan-fucking-tastic just because of some character development I thought was lacking. So I'm going to give it an A+. and I definitely might wake up and go like, oh, I should give him a fan-fucking-tastic, but A+ right now. It's a fantastic movie, and George Miller, sir, my hat is off to you, sir. You did a great job, but yeah, so it's an A+ for me. Colin, what'd you think?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely on your side with just I definitely left the theater really, really feeling like I enjoyed it a lot. It's definitely fair to say that the plot is very simple, very, very empty. Definitely would have been cool to utilize a great actor like Tom Hardy a little better.
Yeah.
But man, that action is just top notch.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit is just like at one point I remember you looking over at me and you were like, "This is fucking insane."
Yeah.
I'm like, and it's just shit, and it's relentless. I mean, it rarely lets your blood pressure go down. So, yeah, I had a good ass time watching that movie. So, I mean, it has its flaws, so I can't give it perfect score, but solid A for me. I mean, I would watch that thing. I would watch that movie again in a second.
All right, now we come to what will probably be the most controversial rating. Go ahead, Scott.
So here we go.
Drop your B, because I think that's what you're gonna give it.
Jeez, Hunter, let him speak.
Yeah, jeez, why do you hate me so much?
Yeah, why don't you just end the review right now and just dictate it?
I talking to you guys, I can realize when I'm being hard on a movie because I just had high expectations. This is one of those ones I was excited for, and it, like, I might have just been, I feel like I was probably just being nitpicky with it at times. I wanted to see Tom Hardy more because that was one of the roles that I was definitely looking forward to, but the action was all there, everything it should be. Like you're saying, very relentless, like very one thing after another. Look behind you, pull this guy here, then like somebody's right behind you. Like it, very boom, boom, boom type action and super enjoyable. And yeah, I think I probably came in higher than I let on, I bet, but I just couldn't give it an A, so I gave it A-. Actually, it was probably higher than you thought. But
I'm actually shocked by that, to be honest with you. I thought you're gonna go at highest B+. Just like pull an Age of Ultron and be like, B+ is fine. It's like,
I was a bit on the fence between a B+, but hearing about it from you guys are saying, and I do have my nitpicks about it, but it was a good movie. It accomplished it was a Mad Max movie, like if that's what it was. But I just thought 150 million, gonna put it into special effects, at least have him have a few more lines, or I don't know why that bugged me. But A-. It definitely go watchable, pay full price for it, go see it in IMAX. I would definitely see it again.
Yeah, and to be fair, like, honestly, it feels like we don't disagree about the criticisms. It's just more about, like, where we fall as far as the rating. Because I agree with you. I would have liked more Tom Hardy. I was kind of like...
I just think I had very low expectations going in, whereas it sounds where Scott had really high expectations.
That's fair.
Like I said... I've seen The Road Warrior several times back in the day. The movie's a little dated now. If you watch it, it's still badass and awesome, but I mean, it was a long time ago.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was watching that trailer, like you said, Scott. I mean, that's a great trailer.
Yeah.
Like, that got me pumped. Like, if someone told me, like, oh, hey, they're making a new Mad Max called Fury Road, I'd have been like,
right,
okay, like, tell me when the DVD comes out.
Exactly.
But, like, that trailer sold me immediately, and
Yeah.
I was just, like, I was excited to watch some of this badass action go down, and I guess I was never even considering, like, what the plot was going to be, or,
which is a great mindset to go into this movie at. It's just like I'm about to get what I'm paying for in explosions, and you get it.
I want to see some cars like blow the fuck up.
Yeah, and you get that too.
If that's what you're looking for, you will not be disappointed.
Seriously, man. Man, this. And they already announced that there's going to be a black and white cut on the Blu-ray, and I really just want to see explosions and blood and Blu-ray. That sounds awesome to me. So, I adore this movie. I'll definitely end up seeing it again. But, guys, what did you guys think of Mad Max Fury Road?
Just kidding, we don't care. Don't leave us any comments.
Yeah, I wasn't clearly saying that for people.
Just kidding.
Thank you.
I thought you were asking us again.
No,
I just told you, Hunter.
Thank you. But go ahead and follow us on SoundCloud at The Real Pineapple 775.
Or else.
We'll come to your homes. But like us on Facebook at The Real Pineapple. Follow me on the Twitter at JHunterRealPineapple. And follow Scott on Twitter at his weird name, which is
at the Devil 666.
That's not it.
It's Sandman 90.
You sound so defeated. You're like, fine, Hunter.
And you can follow me at Anna Kendrick. I have a lot of adorable little things to say about whatever's happening on
the real Anna Kendrick.
The real Anna Kendrick. I like that. All right, man. I'm gonna have to follow you. But guys, let us know what you thought about this, and we'll have more views. We'll have a Jurassic Park review, a Jurassic World, review in a couple weeks. Seriously, that needs to come out. I'm excited for that. And we'll have Colin's review of the Avengers tomorrow. We will get Colin's thoughts.
Naked.
Yes, completely naked. Our first video review.
Why don't we just go commando episode?
Yeah. I'll be after every I'll describe each act, and after each act I'll take off another article.
Hopefully there's like 10 acts, hopefully.
No, I'll just only be wearing 3 articles of clothing.
Perfect.
2
a
socks.
Belt and socks.
2 socks and a thong.
Alright guys, so pay attention for that. Look out for that. You guys have a good night.
Titties.
Peace.